Didn't see you there. What you doing on this fine Sunday evening? I've invited us all here to discuss something interesting. That was more of a throwaway line in the Archon quest, but has very interesting implications with regards to Paimon. And yeah, there's more story-relevant things we could discuss right now, like the 2 missing heroes. What exactly are the YMs? Why is Enju back? Are one of the 4 shades named Renova? The stories of the Sage of the Missing Flame, Shibalanke, and even the Pyro Sovereign. But I'm still working my way through the world quests. It's better to be slow than fast, my friends. Don't believe me? Ask my friend the turtle. So what was this throwaway line about Paimon that could very well indicate she hails from beyond the stars? Well, it has to do with what she herself said after returning from the trip to the Night Kingdom. You see, the Night Kingdom is currently being overrun by the Abyss. Even a brief trip to this location will result in one coming into contact with the Abyss and becoming contaminated. In fact, the situation in the Night Kingdom is so dire that even when the Traveler and friends pulled up there, they all had to run when a wall of abyssal power began to surge forth, and thus, after returning to the real world and getting checked up on, everyone had some level of abyssal contamination, except for 2 people.
Alright, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Aside from the obvious, what I find peculiar about this scene is it sounds like Paimon wasn't even checked up on at all. Given Chaska's sister made no note regarding Paimon's seeming immunity to the Abyss, only the Travelers. And given, I suppose, it would have been way too suspect for the doc to just go, "Hey Paimon, can I check up on you?" And Paimon's just like, Get the fuck off me, bitch! Seems like we opted to go for this roundabout approach to avoid the issue, but the broad underlying conclusion remains the same. Paimon is immune to the Abyss. Why is this important? Well, it's quite simple. It's now all but confirmed that Paimon does not come from either the Light Realm or the Human Realm. Now, it was always kind of obvious she never came from the fucking Light Realm, given she's not a Visha, but for her to not have her origins in the Human Realm is interesting, given it leaves 2 possibilities. She hails from the Void Realm, or she comes from none of the realms, indicating she came from beyond the stars. I say this semi-confidently, given the Void Realm is dangerous to creatures from the Vishup and the Human Realm. In one of our many quests in Onkonomiya, Tasumi says this, quote, "The Void Realm is invading. The people of the fucking Bakaku believe that there are 3 realms. The Vishup Realm, the Human Realm, and the Void Realm. The darkness spreading in Onkonomiya comes from the Void Abyss. Neither Vishups nor humans can endure it. It's due to the fact that denizens of these realms cannot withstand the Abyss, and the now confirmed fact that Paimon can withstand the Abyss, that we really need to look harder at Paimon. And side note, this isn't actually the first time we've been told Paimon is resistant to abyssal-related stuff, as back in Sumeru when we explored Rukkhadevata's consciousness, which had been plagued by forbidden knowledge, Paimon also remarked she felt nothing, which is odd, given the Traveler did.
We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still intact?
Huh? But everything's been completely normal for Paimon.
The reason immunity to the Abyss is so unusual among those on Tevat is because it's the exception, and not just the exception, but a super exception. Let me explain. Everything in the Light Realm can be corrupted by the Abyss. Yes, elemental sovereigns too. Everything in the Human Realm can also be corrupted by the Abyss. Yes, gods and archons too. Not just gods and archons, however, but super gods, like the God Kings. No god is safe from the Abyss. Not Barbados, not Rukkhadevata, not Rex Lapis. So for someone to be completely immune to the Abyss's effects, they'd have to be someone extraordinary. One who surpasses even the gods. The Traveler is one such person, an Outlander, one who came from another world, and with a will strong enough to rival the entire world, They are a descender. What makes the Traveler even more unique, however, is they're not just immune to the Abyss, they can purify it. An ability, from what we've seen, no one else in all of Teyvat has, but a trait that isn't entirely unique to them alone. As it stands right now, there's only one, maybe two things in the entire world of Teyvat that can purify the Abyss. The thing we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that can cleanse the Abyss 100% is that heaven-sent divine fucking nail. Nahida tells us, quote, "I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It once repaired the rifts of Teyvat long ago. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist in Teyvat." Now, the other thing that may be able to purify, or at least cast aside small concentrations of abyssal power, is the symbol of Mondstadt's hero, which is the big tree at Windrise. After getting infected by the Abyss thanks to the Traveler interrupting his link with Dvalin, Venti ran here and stated he could feel the abyssal poison leaving his body. Now with that said, this animal-infused great tree is divine in nature, given it only grew here after Vanessa died and ascended to the firmament. So my friends, did we spot it? The common theme that links the two, the sole group in Teyvat that can fight back against the Abyss? Celestia! Time and time again, day in and day fucking out, they were fighting the Abyss for humanity, the Four Shades, our beloved sustainer of heavenly principles. And the primordial one, a progenitor god, hailing from beyond the stars! It's these entities, this island that's most familiar with the ways of the Abyss. They fought against it when that bastard crackhead Dragon King Nibelheim returned souped up on forbidden knowledge. And then they fought against it again in Conria when the great sinners were getting far too big for their britches. So, is Paimon one of the gang? After all the years of speculation, does Paimon truly come from that golden paradise in the sky? It certainly feels as if the game wants us to believe that. You know, Rutherford B. Hayes, my favorite president, once said, quote, "Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must also be the truth." So did we do that today? Eliminate the impossible? No. You know, I suppose, you know, the sibling also seems immune to the Abyss. I mean, she seems fine around it, but you can never assume things just by looking at it. Learn this lesson the hard way, my friends. Once I was in 7th grade, walked into the science class, teacher told us to sit down, brought out a beaker with a clear liquid inside, asked us what was in there, and we all exclaimed, "Water!" just like the sad bunch of middle school bitches we were. She let out a chuckle, called us dumbasses, poured something in it, and once it changed color, showcasing it wasn't water, she WWE chokeslammed 8 kids and walked out of the room with her head held high. So what I'm trying to say is, things may not be as they appear, my friends. While Paimon's appearance, mannerisms, knowledge, powers, others' testimonies, and now her seeming immunity to the Abyss heavily links her to Celestia, I leave you with this question. Is Paimon really from Celestia? Or is what we're looking at simply a common base acid indicator in a beaker?